Welcome to this explainer. I want you to visualize something for a second. Picture yourself standing on the deck of a massive cargo ship, hundreds of miles from shore. You're looking out at this vast open ocean. It's absolutely awe-inspiring, right? But it's also an incredibly unpredictable environment. So how do we actually tame that unpredictability? Well, today we're unpacking the Indian Maritime Safety and Security Regulations, specifically Part 6. We're going to see how these rules are definitely not just boring red tape. They are literally the foundation of a deeply cooperative global safety net that protects every single life out on the water. We've broken today's explainer down into 4 quick parts. 1. Who follows the rules. 2. The Global Safety Rulebook. 3. Reporting and readiness. And 4. The duty to rescue. All right, let's jump right into Part 1. Who follows the rules? So under Section 115, a company isn't just a name on a corporate letterhead. The law explicitly defines it as the owner, sure, but also the manager or the bareboat charterer. Basically, it's any person or organization who steps up and takes on the actual responsibility for operating the ship and handling the International Safety Management Code duties. It's designed to pin down exactly who is holding the safety reins, so accountability is never, ever vague. And this safety net, it is cast incredibly wide. Section 114 details that these rules apply to Indian vessels, foreign vessels whenever they're navigating Indian coastal waters, the port facilities themselves, and of course those companies we just talked about. It's the whole shebang, a totally encompassing umbrella of safety ensuring nobody slips through the cracks. Moving right along to Part 2, the Global Safety Rulebook. Now, Section 116 mandates compliance with some seriously heavyweight international treaties. We're talking the Safety Convention, the 1966 Load Lines Convention, the 1972 Collisions Regulations, the 1979 Maritime Search and Rescue Convention, and Safe Containers from 1972. Because, let's face it, the ocean connects all of us. Safety standards can't just magically stop at a border. By legally binding ships to these worldwide standards, it brings global harmony directly to local waters. But, the law isn't totally blind to reality. While strict adherence to all these treaties is the standard, there's a practical allowance called the stress of weather defense. Visualize a captain navigating a sudden, violent storm. If they absolutely have to break a rule or deviate just to keep their crew alive, they have a legal defense. It's a pragmatic acknowledgement that Mother Nature is the ultimate boss out there. Okay, so what does this look like day to day? Let's hit Part 3, reporting and vessel readiness. Captains are essentially deputized as the vigilant eyes and ears of the sea. Whether it's a general safety and security issue, a loss of dangerous goods overboard, or some massive impediment to safe navigation, the mandate is exactly the same. The master of the vessel must immediately report the particulars to the prescribed authority. They're literally the first line of defense. And leadership out there is an unbroken commitment. If a vessel is ever abandoned or if one of those required reports is left incomplete, the central government fixes the responsibilities squarely on the master of the vessel. The heavy mantle of leadership stays firmly on the captain's shoulders from the second they set sail. Plus, these ships have to be physically equipped for survival. They are required to carry mandatory communication, distress and safety equipment, and employ certified operators to run it all. Crucially, they also need explicitly approved stability and damage control information. It's not about just expecting the worst, it's about guaranteeing that if the worst does happen, that ship and its crew are engineered to survive it. But ships aren't out there entirely on their own. Backing up all that individual readiness, Section 119 guarantees that the central government shall make arrangements for search and rescue services for dealing with distress situations at sea. It's a massive, comforting safety net provided by the state. So, a call into the void is always going to be answered. Which brings us to the most inspiring part of our explainer, Part 4, the duty to rescue. Section 118 lays out an incredibly clear, rapid response protocol. Step 1, you receive a distress signal. Step 2, you proceed with all speed to assist. And Step 3, you inform the distressed persons that you're doing so. It's a mandated reflex of goodwill that turns any nearby vessel into an instant lifesaver. Now, if a captain is specifically requisitioned, meaning they're called upon by a distressed master, they must continue with all speed. You can't just bail because it's inconvenient. You are legally locked into this heroic obligation until you're officially released, which only happens if you're informed another vessel is handling it or the assistance just isn't required anymore. Of course, the law is meant to save lives, not risk more of them. A captain cannot put their own crew in serious danger. If they're unable to assist, if assisting is completely unreasonable, or if it poses a serious danger to their own vessel, they can stand down. But they must forthwith, immediately, enter their exact reasons into the official logbook. Every tough call requires total accountability. Actually, to ensure a complete culture of transparency, the master must enter every single signal of distress or message into that official logbook. Even if they are hundreds of miles away and aren't the ones performing the rescue, it gets logged. It effectively turns the entire maritime fleet into one massive, interconnected sensory network. When you strip away all the legalese, you're left with this extremely powerful mandate. The master of every Indian vessel shall render assistance to every person found at sea in danger of being lost. Out on the unpredictable ocean, solidarity isn't just a nice idea, it's the law. So the next time you look out at the water, ask yourself, if you were out there in the dark, wouldn't you want to know this incredible global safety net was waiting to catch you? Thanks for joining me on this explainer today.